Once upon a time, in a golden savanna where the sun painted the grasses with hues of amber and the wind sang soft lullabies through the acacias, there lived a mighty lion named Leo. His fur was a rich tawny gold, his mane flowed like a crown of fire, and his amber eyes glowed with strength and pride. Leo ruled the plains with a roar that echoed across the land, a king among beasts, feared by all who heard his thunderous voice. He spent his days lounging on a warm rock beneath a shady tree, basking in the sun's embrace, his paws stretched out, his tail flicking lazily as he watched the world go by. The zebras grazed in the distance, the giraffes nibbled treetops, and the birds flitted through the sky, chattering their songs. Leo was content, his belly full from a morning hunt, his kingdom peaceful under his watchful gaze. But deep in the grasses, far smaller and quieter, lived a little mouse named Milo. His fur was a soft gray-brown, his tiny whiskers twitched with every breeze, and his bright black eyes sparkled with a timid curiosity. Milo lived in a cozy burrow beneath a tangle of roots, a hidden home of dirt and straw where he scurried about, collecting seeds and crumbs to nibble. He loved the quiet rustle of the savanna, the hum of insects, the distant calls of birds. But Milo was different. He wasn't content to stay in his burrow all day. He dreamed of exploring the big world beyond, of seeing the wonders his mother warned him about. One sunny afternoon, as the heat shimmered over the plains and the air buzzed with lazy flies, Leo lay sprawled on his rock, his eyes half closed, his breath slow and deep. He'd eaten well that morning, a fine antelope shared with no one, and now he napped, the sun warming his mane, the world a soft blur around him. Milo, meanwhile, had ventured out, his tiny paws pattering over the dry earth, his nose sniffing the air. He'd heard tales of the great lion who ruled the savanna, a beast so fierce he could swallow the wind. And though his mother said, "Stay away, Milo, lions eat mice like us," Milo's curiosity pulled him like a thread. He wanted to see this king, just once, just a peek. So he crept closer, his heart thumping, his whiskers trembling. The grass towered over him like a forest, each blade a giant wall. But he pressed on, darting from shadow to shadow, until he reached the rock where Leo slept. The lion was enormous, a mountain of fur and muscle, his snores rumbling like a storm. Milo stared, his eyes wide, his tail quivering. "He's so big," he squeaked, barely a whisper, and then, without thinking, he took a step too close. His tiny paw brushed a dry leaf, and it crunched, loud as thunder in the quiet. Leo's eyes snapped open, his head jerked up, his roar shook the air. "Who dares disturb my sleep?" he bellowed, his voice a growl that made the ground tremble. Milo froze, his heart a frantic drum, but before he could scamper away, Leo's massive paw slammed down, pinning him by the tail. "A mouse!" Leo roared, his amber eyes narrowing. "A tiny speck dares wake me?" Milo squeaked, his voice a pitiful pip. "Oh, great lion, please don't eat me. I didn't mean to. I just wanted to see you. You're so grand. I'm so small. Let me go, and I'll never bother you again." Leo huffed, his breath hot on Milo's fur. He lifted his paw just a little, peering at the trembling mouse. "You're not worth the effort," he grumbled, "too small for a snack, too weak to fight. Go, before I change my mind." And with a flick of his claw, he freed Milo's tail. The mouse darted away, his legs a blur, his heart pounding with relief. "Thank you, great lion," he squeaked, vanishing into the grass. Leo snorted, settling back on his rock. "Foolish little thing," he muttered, and closed His eyes, the savanna returned to its quiet hum, the sun sinking lower, the shadows stretching long. Milo reached his burrow, panting, his mother waiting with a worried twitch. "Where've you been, Milo?" she scolded. "I saw the lion," he gasped. "He let me go." His mother clicked her teeth. "Stay away from him, he's danger." But Milo's eyes shone. "He's not so bad," he whispered, curling up to sleep. The days passed, the sun rose and set. The grasses swayed, and Leo ruled on, his life a rhythm of hunts and naps. Milo stayed closer to home, but he never forgot the lion's mercy. His small heart held a quiet gratitude. Then one evening, as the sky turned orange and the crickets sang their chorus, trouble came. Leo had wandered near a thicket, chasing a scent. When he heard a rustle, he stepped forward, and snap! A net fell from the trees, ropes woven by hunters, strong and tight. They tangled around his legs, his mane, his paws. He roared, thrashing and clawing, but the net held fast, pulling tighter with every move. "Help!" he bellowed, his voice shaking the plains. But the zebras bolted, the birds flew off. No one dared approach. The hunters' voices echoed in the distance, their footsteps nearing. Leo's strength waned, his roars turned to growls, his heart heavy with fear. Far away, Milo heard the cry, his ears pricked, his whiskers twitched. "That's the lion," he squeaked. His mother huddled in the burrow. "Stay here, Milo. It's not our fight." But Milo remembered Leo's paw lifting, the mercy in his eyes. "He spared me," he said. "I have to try." And with a brave scamper, he darted out, his tiny legs racing over the earth. The savanna blurred past, grass, rocks, thorns. He didn't stop. The hunters' shouts grew louder, their shadows loomed. Milo reached the thicket, and there was Leo, trapped, his mane snarled in ropes, his eyes wild. "Little mouse," Leo rumbled, "what are you doing here?" Milo didn't answer. He scurried to the net, his sharp teeth gnawing at the ropes. Bite by bite, strand by strand, the fibers snapped, his jaws ached. But he kept going. The hunters' boots thudded closer, their voices sharp. Leo watched, his growls softening. "Hurry, small one," he urged. Milo's teeth worked faster. A rope broke, then another. The net loosened. Leo flexed his muscles, pulling free with a mighty shake. The net fell away. He leaped up, roaring loud enough to rattle the stars. The hunters froze, then fled, their shouts fading into the dusk. Leo stood tall, his mane glowing in the twilight, his breath heaving. Milo sat back, panting, his tiny chest puffing with pride. "You saved me," Leo said, his voice low and warm. "A little mouse saved a lion," Milo squeaked. "You spared me first, great lion. Now we're even." Leo's eyes softened, a rare smile curling his lips. "Not even, little friend. I owe you more," he rumbled. "Come, rest by my rock tonight." Milo hesitated, then nodded. The two walked back, the lion's steps slow, the mouse's quick. The savanna watched in quiet awe. The moon rose, silvering the plains. Milo curled up in the shadow of Leo's rock, safe under the lion's gaze. Leo lay beside him, his mane a warm wall. "Sleep well, brave one," he murmured, and Milo did, his dreams full of courage and kindness. The crickets sang, the wind whispered, and the stars twinkled above. From then on, Leo ruled with a gentler roar, and Milo explored with a bolder heart. Their friendship a tale told across the savanna, a lesson in the grass. Small can be mighty, mercy can grow, and even a lion and a mouse can share the night. Do you still like today's story? If you like, please remember to subscribe to this channel and click the like icon. You can receive notifications and hear the latest stories as soon as possible. Good night, my baby.